What's going on, everybody? What's happening? Welcome back to the bullshit. Back out here on the road like a real trucker. And it ain't so bad working over here at Schneider, you know? That was a joke. It was a joke. Some people thought I was serious. I was trying to be funny, right? I was just making a little fun of the folks who wear the safety vest and the headset all day long, because I've been in orientation before and seen people wearing their safety vest and their headset through the whole orientation, and no one really called me out on the fact that I called it an orange vest and it was yellow, but you know, there was some other stuff said. And just having a little fun. If you're a Schneider driver or you wear your headset and safety vest all day, I'm just having a little fun. I got my quirky little dumb shit too. I mean, hell, I've been putting a 4-digit pin in my phone for years, and then the other day I realized that I could do a fingerprint on there, and that is so much easier, right? See, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I drive a truck for a living, right? And I've been doing it most of my life, so, I mean, put a little thought into that. But before we get into the bullshit that comes out of my mouth, you gotta watch this little gem that I came across here.
When we look at what's going on with truck drivers, you just don't have that many people becoming truck drivers.
Sure. He's one of those dudes that, you know, talking some shit about trucking when you don't know shit about trucking.
So there's a recent report from the American Journal of Transportation, and they found that the United States right now is short-staffed 80,000 truck drivers, and that's expected to increase to 160,000 truck drivers by 2030.
I don't know, what do you think, drivers? Are there a lot of loads sitting around that ain't getting hauled because we're short drivers? But we're just chilling around here at the truck stop, my favorite place. One of these days, I'm not gonna be chilling at the truck stop, but the weird thing about that is probably when I'm like 70 or whatever and I retire, if I make it that long, I'm probably gonna miss it. And then I'm gonna have like my kids drive me out to the truck stop and I'm gonna like piss on someone's tire just for old school sake, you know, something like that, you know, just hang out here for the day or something. But as of right now, not my favorite place to be. It's just typical truck stop bullshit, right? Typical bullshit. This truck, ain't too bad. I'm trying to get the dog smell out of it. But I got it cleaned up, it ain't too bad. It's set up a little bit weird. It's got that damn radar on the front, man. You guys know what I'm talking about? The beep, beep, beep. You're following too close. 300 feet. 300 feet is a long ways away, my friends. Like, that is way not too close. Maybe set it at 180 feet or something like that. Okay, I get it. But, man, that son of a bitch is just driving me crazy. What I used to do back in the day, I used to have a license plate that said, God bless America. And I had a couple of them hooks off of bungee cords. And I would just hook that fucker on the grill and let it hang over that sensor. And then it would block it out. Well, one day I went back to the yard and I forgot to pull that license plate off, and they caught me, and it was like, you can't be doing it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not real sure if I want to do that here yet. I'm trying not to get in trouble, and it does activate some lights on your dash as far as an inspection goes. Now usually in an inspection situation, they will like send you out there and they'll be like, oh, we'll be out in a minute, so you can walk over there and be and just take your license plate off, throw it in the truck, and they don't see it, right? But we'll see what we end up doing with that. That is probably one of the things that drives me the most batty, is I don't really need that thing beeping at me that far back. Come on. And the cruise control, I've never seen it set, I don't know, it's strange. I've seen them set like where they're like 68 on the pedal and 70 on cruise, but this one is like 66 on the pedal and 70 on cruise, so that's a little slow. So basically what I gotta do is, like, if I'm in Michigan or whatever, it don't matter, because I usually run about 66, 67 anyway, even though I've been riding my motorcycle and all that and riding my little Trailblazer around Michigan. God damn, some of you truckers would be flying up there, brother. I'll tell you, when back in the day on Michigan, especially on 96, 94, man, there was fucking police everywhere. You just didn't even get away with that bullshit. I was riding my Harley the other day on 96. I was like struggling a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're on a Harley, you don't really want to ride behind a rig or nothing like that, because shit comes flying off them and everything and you get killed. So once I come up to a rig, you know, I try to just juice her up a little bit and get on by. Well, fuck, I'm like juicing that bitch. I do like 80 on my fucking Harley. Like, goddamn, dude. Some of the motherfuckers doing like 73 mile an hour and a 65. That's crazy. We're gonna get in trouble. Michigan police are gonna come back out of the hole one of these days. Maybe they won't. I don't know. They've been kind of non-existent around there lately. But it works. So I just have to turn on the cruise and then pedal it and do 70 mile an hour to pass somebody and then turn it back off or leave it on, whatever. You know? You feel me? So it gets the job done. At first I got down the road because I asked him, I said, hey, how fast that truck going? And dude said 70 mile an hour. I said, all right, that'll work. And then I get in there. I was trying to pass this Prime truck yesterday and I couldn't pass Prime. And I'm like, God damn it, this is a sad world when I can't get past Prime. What the fuck's wrong with this truck? I pulled back in the lane. I'm like, God, this is the fastest fucker goes. I was about to turn around. And I'm dead serious. I'm dead fucking serious. I was about to turn around. A 66, fuck no. I've done 68 in the milk trucks. A lot of the milk trucks will only do 68. They are tanks. Yeah. Whatever with them, I've done it. But 66, fuck all that bullshit. Not having that. As you can hear, we don't got an APU on this truck. Which I am fine and dandy with that. Because those APUs are loud, aren't they? Huh? Freaking rock your head a little bit. So I am just fine and dandy with idling this motherfucker because it ain't got no bunk heater or APU on it, so we just idling it. It does have the optimized idle on it. I don't use that because, you know, the truck's starting and stopping, starting and stopping, starting and stopping. So fortunately, they don't like expect us to use that or anything because this truck here idles. Remember when they used to call them freight shakers back in the day? Well, it idles nice and smooth, man. Very comfortable. Slept very good last night and most of the day today, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So I'm alright with that. You know, the APUs, I talked to some company owners and some company managers and shit. Those are kind of going by the wayside, really, if you look into it, because, you know, they still take fuel to run, right? So you're not saving all your fuel for not idling the truck. And then by the time you pay for the maintenance, when they break down in the cost to put it on the truck, the companies are saying they're really not saving that much money with them to make it even worth the hassle. Alright, so the APU people might have screwed themselves, might not be selling no APUs for a while. Now these 10-speed, this is a 10-speed, right? I haven't driven a 10-speed in like 20 years, seriously, because I've been driving 13 speeds. And this is messing me up, man. Because, you know, on a 13, first gear is in the center of the tree top side, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, flip, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you got all your high side on your button, right? Not a 10-speed. A 10-speed, first gear is over and to the left behind reverse, which I don't use that anyway. I take off in second. And I was even heavy yesterday and it was fine. But the 1, 2, 3, 4, so basically really technically you're going into 6th gear, is over and back to the left under reverse. Man, I keep fucking missing 6th gear because I'm used to going straight up. I look like a dipshit. Trying to get a gear and I'm like, why ain't this going into gear? Oh, that's right, it's fucking 10-speed. So we'll see how long it takes me to get used to that old deal. Which was funny years and years ago when I came out of 10 speeds and went into 13s because I kept trying to go over and hit that. And in a 13, that's low. You don't want to hit it. I don't think it'd let you, but you don't want to hit it, that's for sure. But that shit's all dealable. We can deal with it, right? Nothing's perfect. There's some stuff around here that kind of makes up for it a little bit. You know, you always got your little checklist. Oh, man, I don't like that cruise control situation. I don't like that front radar situation. But no company is perfect. You know, every time I get to a company, I'm like, oh man, this one's got this and that, and this one works good. And then there's always like a womp, womp, womp. Oh, we gotta do this. These guys are fucking idiots, you know. But at this company, for one huge thing with me that I've been having a problem with over the last couple of years is nobody responding to anything, right? Here, they actually answer their cell phones. I got 3 dispatchers' cell phone numbers, and then I got the safety dude, the mechanic, and a couple other people if there was like a real problem with the other 3 people not answering their phones. But the point being is after hours when the office is closed, I can actually call these people and get information, and so far they've been pretty good at it. Like if you need a comm check or pickup number or whatnot, They actually answer a phone in the middle of the night. Can you believe that shit? That's huge to me. That is huge, because I've ran into that problem where I've sat around for hours empty waiting for a fucking comm check or EFS check to pay the lumper, and that really pisses me off, man, because I could be going somewhere and doing some shit, right? And then another thing is no paperwork, man. No paperwork at all. So you just go in, you get your bills signed, right? You come out, they got this app. You just hit the app, and it's real simple too. You open the app, you hit one button, you take a picture of it, you hit another button, you send it. That's it. You're done. Because some of these places are still being silly. A lot of them that I've worked for are trying to like switch to apps and get up with technology, and then they got it all messed up. You know, when I was working at that last milk place, they were trying to do this app, but they wanted you to do the app and then this other way and then some paperwork. Seriously, like, because they wanted you to do part of this over here on this, like email them, and then do this on the app, but then still do your paperwork just in case. Like, well, just fucking pick one, man. That's a lot of bullshit. And pharmaceuticals, which I seen an ad the other day, and I was like, oh, I'll go do that again. I call them up. This is fucking motherfuckers I worked for back in the day, and that shit that went south. They was like, I've had some bad shit go down at the companies I worked for. Come on, if you know me, you know that's true. Because I get a little bit pissed off sometimes, and I tend to say what I feel like fucking saying. Yes, that has cost me a lot of money. Like this year alone, we are about 6-7 months into the year. I believe I have been off work for 3 of them months, for sure, because I just been bouncing and not giving a fuck, and not able to find anywhere that's worth my time and effort to fucking come out here and do this shit, you know. But I called that dude up and I was like, oh, I know who you are, bud. Not only would I not come back, but you wouldn't hire me back if you actually knew who the fuck I was. Because I told them, man, they wouldn't hire me back. Guarantee you. There's 2 companies that won't hire me back. The rest said they'd hire me back, but I don't know if that's true. Who cares? They ain't making no money anyway. There's a reason I left, right? There's a reason for that. You don't go back to your ex-girlfriend. Just don't do it. I know you're thinking about it, but don't do it. Also, we got tire socks in here and not tire chains. That's cool beans, because, you know, back in the day, I'm going to be running a lot of West, supposedly. Back in the day, you know, we had to chain up, man. If you didn't chain up, they'd be calling you up in the morning. They'd be like, why the fuck aren't you out in Reno or whatnot? And you're like, because this fucking I-70 is a death trap. And they're like, who gives a shit? Put your chains on, boy. Get going. We got to get that shit out there. So my little dumb ass would be like, okay, and I'd go out there and fucking risk my life and put my chains on, be sliding all down the mountains and shit. Which was pretty fucking exciting back then, but nowadays, I don't really need that excitement, you know? I don't need it. And I like that. So that means if we got socks in here, they're just in here to keep it legal, and we don't actually use them. I mean, you could if you came up to a spot that you didn't realize they were chaining, because you didn't look at the Wyoming DOT or the Colorado DOT app and pay attention to what passes are chaining and which ones aren't, and you kept going without stopping and you got fucked because you weren't paying attention. You could use those to get through there, but good luck getting them back in the bag, because I've tried that before. And they do work. They actually do work. But, hey man, I am great with not chaining up. If you've never chained before, let me tell you about it. You're out on the side of the road, it's dangerous, it's cold. Yeah, you get all wet, and then by the time you get done, I've bought expensive ass gloves before, and I still can't feel my fucking fingers by the time I'm done. And then sometimes you put your chains on, you run up the road a little bit, you take them off. You run down the road a little bit, you gotta put them back on again. And you run and you gotta take them off. It's fucking, ugh, it's yuck. You know what I mean? You don't even want to mess with it. So that one, you know, I like that one a little bit, not forcing me to chain up, right? I do got to get used to this new situation here, right? Because sometimes, like right now, I did like a short run. I delivered last night. I've been sitting here all day. I don't pick up till 8 o'clock tonight. And then it's a relatively short run, like 450 miles or some shit down to Tennessee to deliver it here in the morning, right? That feels strange to me. You know, call me old school or whatever, man. We used to run like a motherfucker back in the day, I'm telling you, man. On paper logs and shit, this shit was just moving, man. There was no overcapacity. There was none of that shit. You try to take a day off back then. They're like, you want a day off? What's wrong with you? literally when you came back for your weekend, it was like 36 hours off. And you're like, man, that's bullshit. I've been on the road for 2 weeks. And they're like, okay, we'll give you 40. Oh, great, thanks. You know, you barely got any. It sucked. It sucked is what it did. The money was better. That is true. The money was better, you know. But it was pretty hard. You know, you never really sat around at all. I don't like sitting around this much. But, you know, I don't mind having a little extra time to be able to get some shit done, relax, you know, stuff like that. Live life, even if I am out here in the truck, you know, not just be busting ass all the time. So I gotta get used to this shit, because in my mind I'm sitting here going, motherfucker, man, I'm not getting paid, blah, this fucking sucks, I hate this job, I gotta find another job, right? You know how I am, gotta find another job. But I was doing the math on it, so I get 70 cents a mile, right, versus a lot of places are paying like 55, 58 cents a mile now. Unfortunately, the mileage pay went down a lot. A lot of my friends, or the people that I do know that truck, and then just some of the jobs I've called around on, it's pretty ridiculous, right? Prices went up, truck driver wages went down. Oh boy, we should have left them all fucked during COVID, huh? We should all went home and fucking let them run out of shit, bastards. Maybe next time. But with the higher mileage pay, and then the fact that they pay me for this layover here, I'm actually making money, right? To sit here and do YouTube videos, I've been sleeping all fucking day. You know how you sleep so long you start having bad dreams, right? Come on, I can't be the only one. I started having bad dreams and shit, and I'm like, ah, damn, I gotta get up, man. I fucking slept all day, dude. And we're leaving here shortly, but yeah, still making my money, so I just gotta get used to that. That is kind of a reefer thing, right? There is a couple new things that they threw out there that I don't like. We're gonna see how this works out. You know, like I don't know about the other ELDs, but Sam Sarah is what I'm running. I like that one, Sam Sarah and Geotab. But you know how during the pre-trip it gives you that option to take pictures, you know, all the way around your truck and everything for your pre-trip. We all just generally pass that. Well, fuck, I think I put it in a video a couple months ago or whatever, you know, because my videos take a minute to get out there, right? But I think I was sitting there picking on people in the parking lot that were doing that. I gotta stop doing that shit, because every time I be picking on someone or fucking with someone, the same shit happens to me, man. So now they want us to take pictures of the truck. They said, we don't care what you take a picture of, just take a picture of all four sides of the truck, just to prove you did your inspection. I don't know about all that. Oh, Sizzling Trucker, she got a dash cam, and she's got to hit the button so that it sees her out there doing the pre-trip. Man, what the fuck, man? It's a sad world, man. Nobody trusts us anymore because people are so shitty. You know, it's all actually just a spiral deal. Back in the day, they lowered the wages of the trucking, so the better truckers were like, screw this. Now, don't get me wrong, truckers have always been weird, man. I know truckers, my uncles and my stepdad and like all kinds of people back in the day, they were fucking weird. But when they lowered the wages, you know, those guys didn't want to do it anymore. There was a couple women out here, get back in the kitchen, but they didn't want to do it anymore. So then they were running low on drivers, right? So then they just started hiring anybody and everybody. And then that anybody and everybody ain't the highest caliber, so they started doing all this dumb bullshit. And then they had to make all these stupid rules, like your cruise control and your fucking side warnings and you're taking pictures and all that dumb shit, which is really just a spiral from their own fault for not paying for more qualified and competent drivers. Right? And then we get shit on. I will say I'm glad that I only got like about another decade into this, which will actually go by fast, and I don't know if I'll be OTR that whole time, you know. I got about 18 months, maybe a little more. Let's call it 2 years, let's say, but a year and a half to 2 years to where I'll be in a position where I can thoroughly make a choice. I could do it right now, but to where I could safely have my money, my financial bullshit in order, which is a huge setback when some motherfuckers steal your goddamn pickup truck, you know, and then you miss work and everything for that. But then I'll probably be able to go like XPO, Old Dominion or something like that, right? And give me a little uniform and a collar, match this white hair, huh? Little shorts, wear some shorts, see them little white chicken legs poking around, huh? So we'll see what happens then, but I'm not thinking I'm going to retire out here on the road, and I'm trying not to die in one of these sleepers. I'm trying not to have that happen. But as far as the pre-trip picks go, the thing I'm doing right now, I'm just not doing them. We're going to see how that works. Sometimes that works for me. They tell procedures, I just go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, no problem, and then I just don't do it. And then occasionally they'll say something a couple times and I still don't do it, and then they leave me alone, and then I just don't have to do it. Sometimes they say stuff and then they really want me to do it, and I end up having to do it. So now I gotta tell you about some dumb shit I seen, because I've been off work for like 3 weeks, so I was almost feeling a little bit normal in this world, and then I got back out here to the old truck stop around the old truck drivers, and I was like, why are you doing that? What are you doing over there? Like, wow, alright. So I'm sitting up in here in overpriced Denny's, that's a whole nother thing. Damn, man, we're getting hit on both sides. Wages are low, fucking price is $7 for a brown salad at Love's. Are you kidding me? What about their fruit dishes? I go into Denny's to get the all-American slam, man. Ain't much, some sausage, bacon, eggs, toast, and hash browns, right? And orange juice. And with the tip, I tip $4 because I'm not a cheap fucker. The tip I come out there is like $23 for breakfast, dude. God damn. Not gonna be able to do that much. I actually got food in the fridge here. I brought some food, but I just seen that Denny's. Like, I gotta go get me some Denny's, you know what I mean? But I don't know about all that price. We ain't gonna be able to do that. But anyway, I'm sitting up in there, and this trucker dude comes in. He's like, excuse me, talk to the waitresses. And he's like, would you happen to have like a wet rag and some sort of cleanser? And they're like, is your table dirty? He's like, no, I need to wash my hands. And I'm like, alright, you got my attention. You know what I'm saying? Is that how we do this shit now? We don't wash our hands in the bathroom before we eat. We just come in and ask them to spray us down and wipe me up. Can you get right here too? I feel a little bit grungy up here too. Maybe a little sponge bath. How about, never mind. We won't go down there. But I'm like, what the fuck is up with this tard? So he goes in the bathroom. They just painted the bathroom. And mind you, there's fucking signs everywhere. I saw them when I went in. It said, hey, stupid, wet paint. Wet paint. Not to mention you can smell the fucking wet paint, right? And you can see it. Somehow this dipshit also, who touches the fucking walls in the bathroom? Do you touch the walls in the Flying J bathroom? I don't. That's nasty. I don't touch nothing. The faucet. That's it. So he somehow touched the wall and got paint on his hands. And then he come in there and wanted them to scrub it off for him. Well, I got an idea. Because not only am I the best motherfucking truck driver out here on the road, I'm also the smartest one. You just fucking ask me, I'll tell you. If you touch the wall and you got paint on your hands in the bathroom, this is going to blow your mind. Why don't you wash your hands while you're in the bathroom? There's a sink in there. Hell, there's even degreaser in there. That would be a concept. Or, I guess you could just go in the restaurant and have the waitresses wash your hands like a little boy. Away with those people, man. That's the same guy who probably fucking blocks up the truck stop and talks about Trump and all kinds of stupid bullshit all day long. Yeah, you know the type. Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. If I ever get out trucking here. I'm on the road, but I ain't trucking. Just chilling in the fucking Cascadia. The story of my life. They all look the same. Can't even remember which one I'm in anymore. Y'all see this shit with Covenant Transport, man? They say there's a driver shortage, right? What driver shortage, man? Most of us ain't even getting any miles. We ain't making no money. Ain't no motherfucking driver shortage. Never was one, but we've already talked about that. But the Georgia legislature or whatnot, let them pass that deal where they can legally now have a driver who's passed their skills test and everything, but does not have a CDL license, drive the truck while the licensed driver is in the bunk asleep. Which has actually been going on for decades anyway, but now it's legal to do it because of the driver shortage. And all they're doing is trying to get fucking team drivers out of trainees, man. What a bunch of shit. Welcome back to pulling a reefer, huh? Oh boy, I try to get out of it, but I always end up with a reefer behind me again. This fellow over here, just as I started the video, I realized he's pulling off the dock. I was like, damn, boy, they loaded him fast. And then I see him get his broom out. Dude, you're pulling a reefer and you didn't clean your trailer out before you got to your next pickup? that can slide in a dry van, right? Not me. I always do it because I hate that when they're like, your trailer ain't clean, go to the back of the line. That will happen. But in a reefer, man, you get the shit clean before you get there. Come on, get with the fucking program here. Watch Trucker Trash channel and he'll get you straightened out and turn you into a real truck driver. You might almost be as good as me someday. It could happen. But we're going to sit here a minute, right? Because that's reefer for you. When I got here, they said to me, it's going to be at least 4 hours. So pull over here. So the pull over here thing is a good deal, right? Because a lot of times with reefer, they have a place for you to park. Like this is a beautiful place to park right here. A nice, quiet, peaceful place. Lots of room. But a lot of times with dry van, not so much. They're like, get the fuck out of here and come back later, right? So then you got to work the whole logbook magic and this and that and the other stuff, you know, but it makes up for it because what I'm going to do is just count my whole 10-hour break right here. You feel me? It looks like that kind of place being that there's like 10 wide open parking spots and everything right here. That I can sleep 4 hours, get loaded for an hour, then go back to sleep for 5 more hours, get up in the middle of the night and go up there and make some money. So all in all, it's all right. But not too long ago, I'd have been freaking out. Well, this job sucks. I'm going to quit. Because I do quit jobs sometimes. Unfortunately, that fucking happens. I got to stop doing that. That's becoming a financial burden. But, see, here's the main thing, right? That I got to share with my friends up here on YouTube. I readjusted my life. If you follow my channel and you've been following me for 3 years or however long I've been doing this, you already know this. You watched me go through the whole living in the truck and all the bullshit, right? So I can chill out and I can take a deep breath now. Because, you know, there was a point in time in my life that if I made under $1,900 or $1,800 a week, that was a problem. So what I was doing is I was fucking chasing that money, man. And I was stressed out. So when I would get here, I'd be like 4 fucking hours. Because I'm probably not going to get detention for this, you know. We all know how that goes. And now I'd be like, God damn, that's cutting my miles. I'm not going to make any money. And then I got all stressed out. Well, as you've seen, I got rid of my Harley. I got me a more economical vehicle. I bought a trailer house. I got rid of a bunch of stuff. I quit partying like a rock star because one time I tallied it up, and every Saturday on an average, this is an average, if you take the whole total off my debit card, right, for the whole year, it averaged out to $280 every Saturday I was spending at the bar. So roughly what is that? $1,200 a month, you know, give or take. I guess it's like $1,000 or $1,100 or whatever technically. But that's a lot of money a month that I was partying up and drinking. And then that's not even counting the women and the trips were tens of thousands of dollars for real. And all that. So I got rid of all that stuff. And it made a huge difference on my budget. So now, if I look at my check and I only made $1,600, yes, it'd be nice to make more. And people can argue, well, you're out there, you should make more money. Yes, we should, but we don't. That's the point. We should. A lot of shit should happen, but it doesn't. This is the reality of what it really is. So either you get the fuck out of trucking and quit talking about it and just go on about your business, or you deal with it the way it is, because this is how it is, right? Not how it should be, how it is. So I can look at my check and go, oh well, I still got extra money, because I still can make it quite a bit. Just to be honest, that'll give me like $1,200 more a month than what I need to pay my bills if I'm hitting a lower check like that. Get it? So I relax. So I can sit here and go, well, I'll make a YouTube video, and then I'll go back here and eat something real quick, and I'll sleep. Oh, I gotta eat my... That's another thing about reefer. I got some free shit, man. This is fucking goat cheese, product of France. Kind of shit your boy here can't afford to buy. You know, this is rich people shit. Probably tastes like hell, because, you know, I'm used to that cheap shit, but got some free stuff on that last stop, huh? Some free food. So you get what I'm saying? You feel me on that? I can relax a little bit with all this sitting around and everything. And like I said, you know, these companies that do the 70 cents a mile, a lot of times that's because you're not getting as many miles because you're sitting around like this. Now, I will say that's not all the time, because when I worked at Sunset, I got paid 70 cents a mile, and I got fucking 3,000 miles a week there, son. I was making bank there. It was a shithole. The equipment was junk, and the people were fucking assholes, and they're bankrupt now. But I was making the money, you know what I mean? I was doing her, so it's not everywhere, but a lot of times that's what you see when you see the higher mileage pay. One thing I was impressed with, or I am impressed with here, is that, you know, I got empty up there at like 5 a.m., right? So I figured, man, I gotta go find somewhere to park. And it wasn't that long of a run down there, you know. It was only like 400 miles or some shit. And then I'm gonna have to wait till these motherfuckers get to work at 8, and they ain't gonna find me a load till like 9 or 10. And then this whole day's gonna be shot because I'm gonna burn up my logbook, and I might have a couple hours left to be able to go get a backhaul on. But who knows? I might only got that 400 miles for today. You know, it goes into that money worry. We're always doing that. One little piece of advice is I'll give you guys, you know, my little nugget from a guy who's been doing this for a few minutes is don't so much look at your weekly pay if you can. I mean, obviously watch it, right? But try to look at the monthly pay, because sometimes you'll just have a shit week and then the next week will be a good week. Just saying. It helps out the sanity a little bit. Because trucking can be a real fucker like that. It ain't like working at a factory when you go, oh, well, I'm going to put my 40 hours in and I'm going to bring home $550. You know, and you just know every week. You just never know out here, man. Especially when I was doing that lease. Fuck, man. Sometimes I work the whole day for free. Because by the time I pay for fuel and all that, fuck all that bullshit. But with all that worry in the back of my head, thinking that I was going to have to park, shut back down, not making any money, I was wrong, son. I left there, found me a little pull-off place to park. Sent in my text message that said, yo, I got the load off, we're good, I'm over here, I got X amount of hours left. Bling, I got a message back, said head up there to Indiana or whatever, pick up this load, goes up to Holland. What? God damn, you guys dispatch at 5:30 in the morning? That's the first I've worked for. How many companies have I worked for? It's pretty fucking ridiculous. That's the first time I ever had anybody fucking give me a dispatch at 5:30 in the morning. I was like, damn, you people are on it. We're getting some shit done around here, right? Hell, me and the old Sizzling Trucker, check out Sizzling Trucker up on YouTube, right? But we was working for this fella not too long ago, and this dude would get drunk, right? We figured it out. That's what he was doing. And he would fucking disappear. A lot of times, man, you wouldn't even be able to find him till like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And you know how it is in trucking. A lot of times you're empty at like 5, 6, some bullshit. One day, this actually happened twice, but one day he disappeared for the entire motherfucking day, dude. Like, I got empty in Denver, and I'm like trying to get a hold of him to get a backhaul, and I can't get a hold of him, go take a shower, all that shit, right? And then finally I call up Sizzler, and I'm like, hey man, you talked to this motherfucker today? She's like, no, and I got a flat tire. I'm trying to get changed. So I'm like, ooh, that's a bitch, right? So I go like, damn, I guess I'm just staying here at the truck stop. The entire day he never dispatched any of his trucks, and he had like 10. And he just disappeared. The next day he calls like, oh, I got you a load. Well, where the fuck were you, man? I know what he did. He got fucked up, and then he didn't want to wake up. I've done that before. Believe it or not, I've done that before. But that's ridiculous. I told him, I was like, all right, man, it's one thing to get drunk and not want to go to work. I get that. But, like, dude, you need to get someone else to, like, answer your shit. You got trucks out on the road. That's irresponsible as fuck, right? But I tell you, if you're new at this thing, you know, I'm not trying to sound like a know-it-all, even though I know every motherfucking thing. Just trying to be helpful, man, because, like, it can be stressful. First of all, hang with it. It'll get easier. But second of all, you'll just learn all this little shit, right? After you fuck yourself over, or dispatch fucks you over, you'll learn not to do it again. Like myself, I stopped and got some food. I ate. I needed to take a shower. I stopped and got a shower. I didn't just get my dispatch and go, oh, I got to bust fucking gangbusters up there and get that load on. I was like, I know how this fucking rodeo works, right? So I stopped, got food, shower, all that stuff, so I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm alright with just sitting here. As a matter of fact, I'd rather be sitting here than at a truck stop. So, once you learn that stuff, it just makes the job easier. You know, piss in a bottle, shit in a trash bag. Don't go wait in line at the fucking urinal and all that bullshit, man. Just man up and do it. I was surprised with this guy trucks, man. Oh, Josh. He's trucking 10 years. He's a real trucker. He's kind of a wiry little dude, but he's a real trucker, right? First time he ever fucking shit in a trash bag in a bucket. In 10 years? Really? God damn, dude. You got good bowels, brother. Right, just saying. Just some trucker talk for you. That shit sounds gross right now, and I used to say I'm never gonna do it, but man, it makes it so much easier. What if you're at a spot like this right now, and all of a sudden you gotta take a dookie caca, man, and there ain't no bathroom, man? What are you gonna do? Make you all nervous? You know, you're about to fucking drop deuces in your drawers, then you gotta clean up that mess, and your friends are gonna find out. They always do, you know. Fuck it. You know, everything that makes it easier. There's all kinds of stuff. Everybody has their own way of doing it. There's all kinds of stuff that makes it easier out here. And then one of the things that you learn is how many of y'all use those truck stop towels in the showers, huh? I'm curious. Hit me up in the comments, man. Hit me up in them comments on that. That's nasty, y'all. Y'all be nasty. So check it out. Have you never went into the bathroom, like the men's bathroom, and there's like a leaky urinal or a leaky toilet, and they got the showers or the towels from the shower room, like stuffed up around that toilet to catch the water? Now, do you really think these shower attendants go grab those towels later and go, oh, well, these were in the bathroom, we're gonna throw these out? Fuck no. They throw them motherfuckers right in the washer and reuse them. Not only that, but they're in the washer with the other towels, and the other towels are in there with towels that God knows what the people did to them. The washing machine isn't magic. I don't know if you're familiar with how it works. All it does is fill up with water, have soap, and swish swish around. It's all like, you know, shit just all mixing together, man. I don't even like going to the laundromat, because who knows what the fuck somebody washed in there before me. You feel me? That's nasty, dude. You could go right up on Amazon, get you some towels real cheap, carry them with you, use your own towel, son. The only reason you use the towel in the truck stop is to put the motherfucker on the floor so you don't step on nothing. And you can step off that into your shower shoes, which I'm finding out some of y'all don't even wear shower shoes. That's nasty. When I was in football, because I used to be a badass football player, right? We was always getting like athlete's foot and shit from those nasty showers. Man, put your shower shoes on, son. You can get some for like $5, man. That's just just saying. Just saying. I'm looking at this fella right here, man. You can just see a broken man, right? And I've been there. Walking across the parking lot, slow, head down, just don't give a fuck. And I actually feel bad for him, man. Who knows what it is? You know, wife left him. Maybe he's gonna lose his truck. Fucking economy. Whatever it is, right? I hate to see it, man, because you can just tell with that guy walking right there. He's just done, man. Life's whooping his ass, right? And I've fucking been there before, man. I've been that guy walking across the truck stop parking lot with my head down, feeling like shit about myself and hating life and being sad and broken. Not now. Now I just bounce along, say hello to everyone, and they look at me like I'm fucking crazy. Because people don't even know how to accept that. Like, did that guy just say hello to me? Did he just hold the door for me and say good morning? He must be up to something. No. It's called human fucking decency. Which I have learned in the city I live in now not to do that. Because Jesus Christ, they want to fucking fight you or some shit. You know. But, yeah, I'm just like that. What's going on? Good morning. How you doing? Yeah. I ain't trying to sit there and tell you my life story. I do that on YouTube. I'm just greeting you, making eye contact. I hope you have a good day. We're all in this shit show together out here, right? We're all in this shit show of life together, my friends, you know? So let's try to make the best of it. And then when I get pissed off later, I'll be back to tell you that I'm fucking pissed. Now, this guy just took the no trucker out. I should flip my phone around. He's like, oopsie doopsie. I'm going to back up in the middle of the road. You know what happens when you do that? There's a car behind you don't see, you stupid. Yeah, that car that's honking right there. That's one fucked up thing about trucking, you gotta admit, man. Any other job, like when I was a mechanic, right? It went by rank, man. Whoever was the better mechanic, had the more licenses and all that, and experience and everything, it was how much you got paid, right? Not trucking, dude. You'd be out here 20 years, a guy who's been out here 20 months is making more money than you. They don't care. That guy right there just about smoked that car. If the car wouldn't have pulled backed up, if there would have been more cars behind that car and he couldn't have backed up fast enough, he'd have smoked it. And you see it all the time. Don't back up, all right? If you got to back up, jump out of the truck real quick and look, make sure there ain't nobody back there. Just saying, or back up. Go ahead, I don't care. But I'm just trying to help out people who might want to be helped out. Don't fucking back up, man. You can't see a car behind you. Just in case you didn't know that.